This moment, the moment when everything begins to make sense, is upon you. Have you ever felt like you were walking through life with a fog surrounding your purpose? For so long, you were told you weren't enough. You were told your dreams were too big, too audacious, too far-fetched. You questioned yourself, even when you knew there was something within you that yearned to be seen, to rise. This is the time, however, when all the doubts, the whispers, the setbacks fade away, and you stand on the edge of a revelation, not just for you, but for the world around you. It's hitting them like bricks now because the truth has finally arrived. You were the one all along. Every step, every misstep, every moment of self-doubt has led you to this point, where the very essence of who you are is no longer a question. It is an undeniable force. The energy in the air is thick with realization. The people who once underestimated you are starting to see the truth unfold in front of them. And in their disbelief, they are being forced to witness your greatness, one undeniable moment after another. They are watching your rise, not just with shock, but with awe. You were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to remain in the shadows. You were meant to shine, to lead, to inspire. The awakening process isn't always smooth. It doesn't come with a clear, defined moment that you can mark on a calendar. It's gradual, like the opening of a flower, unfolding slowly as the universe reveals to you what was always yours. You have reached that point of clarity now. There is no going back. The time of struggle, the time of questioning, the time of proving yourself to others, it is all behind you. And what remains is the undeniable truth of who you've always been. A chosen one, someone destined for greatness. People around you, the ones who once doubted you, underestimated your power, your strength, and your potential, are beginning to realize what you've known deep inside all along. It wasn't luck that got you here. It wasn't a fluke or a coincidence. It was destiny. It was hard work, yes. It was perseverance, yes. But it was also the unfolding of something greater than you, something that was always meant to be. They are starting to see what you've always known. You were meant to rise. And now the world is bearing witness to it. The first shockwave, their doubt was your fuel. Think back to all the moments they doubted you. The moments when they looked at you with skeptical eyes, questioned your decisions, and dismissed your dreams as nothing more than fantasy. They saw your ambition and they labeled it as arrogance. They saw your hope and they deemed it as foolishness. The world may have told you time and again that you weren't enough. But what they didn't know was this. Their doubt became the very fuel that ignited your fire. Every time someone told you that your dreams were unrealistic, a small part of you may have hesitated. But deep down, you knew better. You knew that those who doubted you couldn't see the depth of your vision. They couldn't feel the power of your conviction. They couldn't see what was quietly brewing inside of you. And their doubts became the spark that lit a fire within you, a fire that couldn't be extinguished by their negativity. It was in their words, in their disbelief, that you found the strength to push forward. Every "you can't" became a "watch me." Every time they wrote you off, you proved them wrong. At the heart of this is something crucial. You were never destined to live in the confines of their limited understanding. Their doubt, their projections, their inability to see your potential only served to highlight their own fears and limitations. You were not bound by their small vision of who you could be. Your potential was never meant to fit inside the box they had created for you. And as you began to defy their expectations, you shattered the very walls they tried to build around you. It's important to understand that their doubt wasn't about you, it was about them. It was a reflection of their own insecurities, their own fears of stepping outside their comfort zones. They couldn't fathom the possibility of someone like you achieving greatness, because to them, greatness was a rare, elusive thing, something only for others, never for someone like you. But every time you proved them wrong, you revealed that greatness isn't about luck or privilege. It's about tenacity, belief, and the will to overcome. Their doubt was never a reflection of your worth. It was simply a reflection of their inability to see beyond their own limitations. And now, as your success unfolds, they are left grappling with the truth they never saw coming. Their disbelief has turned into grudging respect. They never expected you to get this far, but you didn't need their approval. You didn't need their belief. You simply needed your own. And now that belief is changing everything. You've turned their doubt into the most powerful catalyst for your growth. It's hitting them like bricks because they see that you were always destined for greatness. They were just too blind to see it. The second shockwave, the strength in your resilience. Resilience is not something that can be seen on the surface. It's not about the moments when things are easy. Anyone can stand tall when the sun is shining and the path is clear. But true resilience is about how you rise when everything seems to be falling apart. It's about standing up, not just after you've been knocked down, but after you've been knocked down time and again, each time growing stronger, wiser, and more determined. Your journey was never easy. You faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable. You encountered challenges that made you question if it was all worth it. But each time, you found a way to push through, not because it was easy, but because you understood that true strength isn't defined by the absence of failure. True strength is born in the fire of adversity. They never understood your resilience because they couldn't comprehend the depth of your willpower. They thought you'd break after the first setback, that you'd crumble when faced with your first major failure. But what they didn't realize is that resilience isn't about surviving, it's about thriving. Every setback, every failure was just another opportunity to grow, to learn, and to rise again. You didn't just survive adversity, you became stronger because of it. What they saw as a setback was, for you, a stepping stone. Each time they thought they had you figured out, you rose higher. And now, in the wake of your continued success, they are forced to reckon with the power of your resilience. Your strength isn't just in surviving. They can't understand how you've managed to turn every failure into a triumph. Every time they thought you would quit, you came back stronger. You've shown them that resilience isn't just bouncing back. It's about becoming more than you ever were before. Third shockwave, transformation beyond recognition. There's a certain kind of metamorphosis that happens when you step into your true power. It's not just external, it's internal, profound, and irreversible. The person you were yesterday is no longer the person you are today. The doubts, the fears, the insecurities that once held you back have been shed, like a snake shedding its old skin. What remains is a version of yourself that is unrecognizable to the world, and even to you. They don't recognize the person standing before them because they never knew the depth of your potential. They only saw the surface, the uncertainty, the hesitation, the person who doubted their own worth. But that person is gone. In their place stands a confident, powerful force, someone who knows their worth and refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. They look at you now and wonder, how did you change so completely? How did you become this person who radiates confidence, strength, and certainty? This transformation wasn't overnight. It wasn't a sudden shift. It was the result of years of inner work, of facing the hardest parts of yourself, and of breaking free from the limitations others placed on you. It was the quiet work you did when no one was watching, the deep self-reflection that helped you uncover who you truly are. And now that transformation is visible to the world. They're struggling to keep up with the new you. The person they once knew has vanished, replaced by someone whose energy shifts the room, whose presence commands respect. You are no longer bound by your past, by the stories they told about you, by the small box they tried to place you in. You are bigger than the image they once had of you, and that's what's hitting them like bricks. The realization that you are not who they thought you were. You are more, you always have been. Your transformation has been nothing short of remarkable. And now you stand as a living testament to the power of self-belief and inner work. You've become a person they can't ignore, and they are left scrambling to understand how you made this shift. But the truth is, this transformation has always been inside of you. It was just waiting for the moment to emerge. And now that it has, there's no turning back. You are unstoppable. The fourth shockwave, their insecurities exposed. You've become a mirror to their insecurities. As you rise, as you evolve, they see the flaws in themselves more clearly. They see their fears, their limitations, their own inability to step into their true power. They've projected their doubts onto you, thinking they could diminish your greatness, but all they've managed to do is expose their own weaknesses. Their insecurities are now laid bare for the world to see, and the truth is, they are afraid of you, not because of who you are, but because of who they are not. They cannot handle the fact that you've stepped into your greatness because it forces them to face the parts of themselves that they've kept hidden for so long. They once thought they could push you down, dismiss your ambitions, and make you shrink back into the shadows. But now, with every step you take forward, they are confronted with their own inability to move beyond their limitations. Your confidence, your resilience, and your unapologetic pursuit of your dreams have brought their insecurities to the surface, and they don't know how to deal with it. They see you thriving while they are still stuck in the cycle of self-doubt and fear. You've become a mirror not just in the physical sense, but in a deeply emotional one as well. They see themselves in your success, and it forces them to question, why am I not there? Why am I still afraid to take the leap? Their projection onto you was never about you. It was about their own unwillingness to face the truth of their potential. They were afraid of what your rise meant, because it meant they could no longer hide behind their excuses. They would have to confront their own stagnation, their own inability to move beyond the self-imposed walls they built around their lives. In many ways, you've unknowingly forced them to face the truth of their limitations. You are a reminder of what could have been if they had chosen to believe in themselves, to rise above the noise, and to pursue their deepest desires with the same intensity that you have. Their insecurities are now exposed, raw and real, and they can no longer deny that their fears were the real chains that held them back. The beauty of this is that their insecurities are not your problem. You don't have to carry their weight, their doubts, or their fears. You've done the hard work, you've stepped into your truth, and you've learned how to live without apology. As their insecurities become more and more apparent, the only thing you can do is keep moving forward. Let them see the example you set, but understand that their journey is theirs to make. They must face their own battles, just as you have faced yours. And as you continue to rise, they will either learn from your example or they will remain trapped in the cycle of their own limitations. Either way, you can't be held back by their projections any longer. The shockwave you've caused by standing firm in your truth has exposed the cracks in their foundation, and now they must face what they've been hiding all along. The fifth shockwave, freedom from validation. At some point, you realized that the approval of others no longer mattered. It's a pivotal moment in the journey of anyone who rises to greatness, the realization that you no longer need anyone's validation. For so long, you sought approval from those around you, thinking that their recognition would make you feel worthy. But as you've grown, you've discovered a truth that few ever fully understand. True validation comes from within. The moment you stopped seeking their approval, you began to feel an immense sense of freedom. No longer did you need their praise to feel successful. No longer did you need their opinions to define your worth. You discovered the freedom that comes from trusting your own judgment, from knowing deep in your soul that your path is your own, and that your worth is not contingent on anyone else's perception of you. This shift is not always easy. For years, you sought validation from external sources. You looked for approval from your family, your friends, your colleagues, and even from strangers. You thought that if they just saw your value, you would feel worthy. But with time, you realized that this search was futile. They couldn't define you because they didn't know you the way you knew yourself. Their opinions were shaped by their limited perspective, their own biases, and their own fears. And so you began to ask yourself, why am I giving so much power to others over my sense of worth? The moment you let go of their approval, something shifted inside of you. You became free. Free from the need to explain yourself, free from the need to justify your choices, free from the need to constantly seek reassurance that you were on the right path. You started to understand that the only validation you needed was your own. You began to trust in your own decisions, to follow your own instincts, and to measure your success by your own standards. This is where your true power lies. It's not in the applause of others. It's not in their recognition. It's in knowing that you are enough, that you are capable, and that you are worthy of all the success that is coming your way, whether they understand it or not. You no longer need their approval to keep moving forward. You have become the source of your own validation, and in doing so, you've unlocked a power within you that is unstoppable. As the shockwave of your self-validation spreads, others may be taken aback. They won't understand how you've reached this point, They won't understand how you can be so sure of yourself, so free from the need for their approval. But that's okay. You don't need them to understand. You don't need them to approve. You simply need to continue to stand firm in your truth, and the world will begin to see the power that comes from true self-validation. The sixth shockwave: the universe is on your side. Once you understood the truth about yourself, that you are worthy, capable, and destined for greatness, you tapped into something far greater than yourself. The universe began to align with your desires. Doors that were once closed began to open. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach suddenly became attainable. You realized that when you stand in your power, when you align with your true purpose, the universe conspires to help you achieve your dreams. This is not a coincidence. This is the law of attraction in action. When you live authentically, when you act with intention, and when you step into your power with confidence, the universe cannot help but respond. It begins to shift and bend to make way for your desires. It provides you with the resources, the people, and the opportunities that you need to achieve your goals. Some may call it luck, but you know better. You know that this is the result of years of inner work, of growth, of aligning with your truth. When you take inspired action, the universe has no choice but to respond. You are not alone on this journey. The forces of the universe are working in your favor, helping to guide you, to support you, and to push you toward your highest potential. This isn't to say that the path will always be smooth. There will still be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But when you are aligned with your purpose, when you trust the process, and when you have unwavering faith in yourself, the universe will meet you halfway. It will send you the right people, the right circumstances, and the right timing. You are no longer alone in your journey. You are supported by the very fabric of the universe itself. And as this shockwave ripples outward, the people around you will begin to notice the synchronicities in your life. The seemingly impossible becomes possible. The dreams that once felt out of reach are now right in front of you. The universe is on your side, and with every step you take, it will continue to support you as you rise to greatness. The seventh shockwave: every attempt to hold you back failed. Throughout your journey, there were countless attempts to hold you back. People, circumstances, doubts, everywhere you turned, there were forces that tried to prevent you from reaching your full potential. But every single one of those attempts failed. You may have faced resistance, you may have encountered obstacles, but none of them were strong enough to break your spirit. They underestimated your resilience. They didn't understand the depth of your will. They thought they could stop you, but instead, they only made you stronger. Every challenge that was thrown your way became an opportunity for growth. Every setback became a lesson. Every attempt to hold you back only propelled you forward. They thought that by pushing you down, they could stop your rise. What they didn't know is that their efforts only fueled your determination. Their negativity, their criticism, their attempts to sabotage you were nothing more than stepping stones that led you closer to your ultimate success. Now, as you stand tall, you can look back at every attempt to hold you back and see it for what it was: an illusion. Nothing could stop you. They could try to undermine you, but in the end, it was their limitations, not yours, that held them back. They thought they could break you, but in doing so, they only helped you discover your true strength. You've proved them wrong, and now, as the shockwaves continue to spread, the world is left in awe of your rise. You are unstoppable, unbreakable, and undeniable. Every attempt to hold you back has failed, and you stand at the pinnacle of your success, stronger than ever before. The eighth shockwave: the right people are drawn to you. As you continue to evolve, something extraordinary begins to happen. The people around you start to change. You no longer attract the energy of those who seek to hold you back, those who thrive on negativity and self-doubt. Instead, you start to draw in the people who reflect your values, your aspirations, and your drive. You begin to find those who resonate with your journey, those who see you not as a threat, but as a beacon of light. This is the moment when you realize you no longer have to chase opportunities or relationships. The right people, those who align with your purpose and your mission, are being drawn to you effortlessly. There's a magnetic quality that starts to emerge within you. As you become more secure in your own power, You exude an energy that calls to like-minded individuals. They are attracted to your authenticity, your confidence, and your unwavering belief in your vision. These people are not drawn to your outward success alone. They are drawn to the essence of who you are. They see the work you've done, the inner transformation you've undergone, and they feel inspired to join you on your journey. This doesn't happen by accident. It is the natural consequence of your inner growth. You are now vibrating at a frequency that aligns with the energy of those who are destined to walk with you. The people who enter your life now are not random. They are not there by chance. They are there because you have cultivated an energy that calls them into your orbit. These are the people who will lift you higher, who will help you achieve your dreams, and who will challenge you to continue growing. And just as you've attracted the right people, you've also begun to repel those who no longer serve your highest good. The energy of doubt, fear, and negativity has no place in your life anymore. Those who once tried to bring you down are now fading into the background, while those who genuinely support your growth are stepping forward. You are no longer surrounded by people who limit your potential. Instead, you are surrounded by those who elevate you, those who inspire you to reach new heights, and those who remind you of your limitless potential. This is a beautiful paradox. The more you stand in your own power, the more others are drawn to you. You no longer have to fight for attention or validation. The right people come into your life because they recognize the value in you. They see your strength, your vision, and your integrity. They want to be part of your journey, to contribute to your mission, and to stand by your side as you continue to rise. This is the power of alignment. The right people are always drawn to you when you are aligned with your true self. The ninth shockwave, the truth is finally revealed. For so long, there was a veil over the truth. It wasn't that you didn't know it, but you weren't ready to fully face it. The truth was hidden beneath layers of self-doubt, fear, and uncertainty. You lived with pieces of it, fragments of what could be, but the full picture eluded you. Now, as you stand in your power, the truth has finally come into sharp focus. The full revelation is unfolding before you, and with it, a deep sense of peace and understanding. The truth that was once obscured is no longer a mystery. It is the truth of who you are, of what you're capable of, and of the incredible potential that lies within you. It is the realization that you were never broken, never unworthy, and never incapable. You were simply waiting for the right moment to step into the fullness of your power. The moment has arrived, and with it comes an understanding that your journey, all of the pain and challenges you've faced, was always part of the larger picture, the very picture that is now becoming clear to you. This truth is not something external. It's not about the validation of others or the recognition from the world. It is the truth of your essence, your purpose, and your divine potential. You are not who they told you to be, nor are you who you thought you were. You are something far greater, something the world has yet to fully comprehend. The moment you embrace this truth, the moment you stop trying to fit into someone else's vision of who you should be, you unlocked a power that can never be undone. And with this truth comes liberation. No longer do you have to hide pieces of yourself, second-guess your worth, or apologize for your dreams. The truth sets you free. You are exactly who you were meant to be. Everything that you've been through, every trial and tribulation, has led you to this moment where the truth is laid bare. It's no longer a whisper in the back of your mind. It's a resounding roar that echoes in every fiber of your being. As the truth is revealed, you begin to see the world in a new light. You begin to understand that everything that happened, every obstacle, every setback, was part of a grand design. The universe has been preparing you for this moment, for this revelation, for this time of awakening. You are not here by accident. You are exactly where you need to be. And the truth of that realization will propel you into your next chapter with a sense of clarity and purpose that you never thought possible. Stand tall in your power. And so, here you are. After all the obstacles, the doubts, the struggles, and the setbacks, you have arrived at a place of undeniable power. This is not the end, but a new beginning, a new chapter in the unfolding story of your greatness. You have risen from the ashes of your past, transformed into someone the world can no longer ignore. You have faced your fears, shed your insecurities, and stepped into your truth. The world is now yours to shape, and with each step you take, you are rewriting the narrative of your life. It is time to stand tall, to stand proud, to stand in your power. For too long you hid, you doubted, you played small, but now you understand that your power is not something to be feared, it is something to be embraced. You have worked tirelessly to get here, and now you are fully equipped to take on whatever the world throws your way. The universe is behind you, the right people are in your corner, and the truth has set you free. There is no more waiting, no more second guessing. You are ready to conquer your dreams, ready to leave your mark on the world, ready to live with purpose, intention, and a fierce belief in your own abilities. This is the moment you've been preparing for, the moment when everything aligns and all that's left is to move forward with unwavering confidence. As you stand tall in your power, remember that this journey was never just about you. It was about showing others what's possible when you believe in yourself. It was about becoming a living testament to the strength of the human spirit. And now, as you take your place in the world, you are paving the way for others to rise with you. The shockwaves you've created will ripple outward, inspiring others to find their own power and to stand tall in their truth. You are unstoppable, and nothing at all can hold you back now. Stand tall in your power, for you are exactly where you are meant to be.